So rest your head on your arm or take a block underneath there. If you have a shoulder issue, reach your arm out in front. Bend the bottom knee slightly, lift the top leg up to hip height. And you can have the hand on the floor for stability. Remember, using that bottom leg for stability a little bit too. Or you can have the hand on the hip. As always, the most important thing is you keep the hips stacked. We're going to inhale, float that foot forward, and exhale, point the toe, reach the leg back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more, breathe in. Try not to tuck the tail when that leg comes forward. Breathe out. Try not to arch the low back more. Last one. Draw that leg back. Use your glute. Tuck your tail a little more. Draw your ribs in a little more. And then we're going to do circles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other direction. 1, 2. Hips stay still. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep reaching that leg long. Keep the hips stacked. Rotate your leg in the hip joint so your kneecap and your toes turn up slightly. Hips stay stacked. Bring the leg back to parallel. Rotate your kneecap and your toes so your leg internally rotates. Pause there. Hips stay still. Rotate forward. Rotate up. Relax your foot here. Rotate forward. Rotate down or internal rotation. See that line on my pant? You can see how my leg is internally rotated here. And then when I come back to parallel, you can't really see it. And then external rotation. Think about using that side back glute there. Keep that leg up. Don't let it float forward. Parallel and then internal. Keep that leg internally rotated. We'll do a little hot potato here. So hips stay stacked. You're going to lower that leg down in front of the other foot. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it as high as you can without moving that hip. Lower it. Lift it. Lower it. This time you're going to lift it. Move that other foot. Lower it down behind the other foot. Lift it. So now my leg is just slightly behind me. Lower. Lift. Still internally rotated. Lower. Lift it up. Move that foot out of the way. Bring it forward. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Now we're going to move that foot. Move the leg back. 2 times in the back. Down, up. Down, up. And then we're going for ones. Down, up. Down, up. Make sure that other foot isn't in the way. Make sure you're using that side back glute. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. One more time, lift, lower, lift, lower, and then take a break for a moment. Bend those knees forward for a little external rotation for your clam here. So keep those hips stacked. Big toes stay together. We're going to think about reaching that bottom knee forward and lifting that leg up and then lower it down. Reach it forward, lift it up, lower it down. 3 more forward and up, lower it down. Last one, forward and up and lower it down. Come on to your other side. Rest your head on your arm. Bottom leg is slightly bent. Top leg is at hip height. Hips are stacked. The hand can be on the floor of the hip or reaching into the air. We're going to flex the foot, bring it forward, and point the toe, reach it back. Draw that belly in. Flex forward, and then point and reach. And flex. Next time, I'm going to try to start at this end of the mat. Flex and reach. Flex forward, The tail stays untucked. Reach it back. Use your glute. One more time. Flex forward and then reach it back. Hold it back there. Draw the ribs in. Curl the pubic bone forward a little bit. 6 little circles in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, the hips stay still. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Leave it back there. Draw the ribs in. Curl the pubic bone forward. And then we're going to externally rotate the leg. Bring it back to parallel. Internally rotate it. So you're turning that thigh bone in the hip joint. Bring it back to parallel and externally rotate it. And bring it back to parallel and internally rotate it. So on this side, you can't see as much of the stripe on my pants because my leg doesn't internally rotate as well to this on this side. External, back to parallel, relax your foot, internal. We're gonna leave it internal, then we're gonna do our hot potato here. We're gonna lower it down nice and slowly, lift it up. Lower it down, lift it. Lower it down, make sure it's not too far forward, lift. And then we're gonna lower it down in the back, lift. Lower, lift. It's still internally rotated, lower, lift. In the front, still internally rotated, lower, lift. Lower, think about lifting from right here. Back, lower, lift. Lower, lift. And then we're doing ones here. Back and front and front. There we go. And back and front. Lift, lower, lift. Keep it internally rotated. Lower, lift. Hips stay still. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, and lower down. I don't think my words were in line with what my leg was doing, but that's okay. Bend those knees for clam. Keep the big toes together. Your hips are still stacked. Heels in line with the bum cheeks. Think about reaching that knee forward as you lift the leg up, and then nice and slowly lower it down. Lift it up and lower it down. So have my big toes and my heels together. You don't have to have them both together. Forward and up, lower it down, forward and up, lower it down, and then last one, forward and up, and nice and slowly lower it down. Pausing here for a moment. And now we're going to do our swimming. So go ahead and come over onto your belly. For some reason, I just like to be at this end of the mat. Reach your arms out in front. Feet are a little bit wider than hip distance. Draw the belly up, anchor the pubic bone down, and then we're going to float the right arm and the left leg up and lower it down. Left arm and right leg, lower it down. Now press down into the floor to lift your chest a little higher. Draw the blades down on the back a little. Now right arm, left leg, lower it down. Left arm, right leg, lower it down. One more time, right arm, left leg, lower it down. One more time, other side, left arm, right leg, lower it down. So you can stick with that variation or you can do full swimming. Draw the belly up, anchor the pubic bone down, float the chest up, draw the blades down on the back, slightly lift the arms, lift the thighs. Right arm, left leg, switch, switch, switch. Swim a little faster if you want. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale, one more set, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Bring your legs to hip distance, let your heels fall out to the sides. And then wiggle your bum side to side here. Or just stay here nice and still, letting the front of your pelvis relax into the floor. And then go ahead and come on up onto all fours. You can do a cat and cow here, or take a child's pose, whatever feels better for you. Big breath in, breathe out.